Hey everyone, welcome to You Have Permission, an intimate chat where we actually give ourselves permission to let go of the thoughts that we hold. I am Karen Taylor Bass, your host. Today in the hot seat is my brother, my baby brother, and I'm going to brag about him. His name is Christopher Trevor Williams. He is the Assistant Vice President, yes, you heard me, at Moody's Investors Services. He's also an entrepreneur on the side, the sole proprietor, and founder of 41 Ventures LLC. He is a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. He is a mentor to many of folks that look like us in the diaspora. His special love is people. He loves people and changing the conversation, but also up-leveling the conversation. So, Chris, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm doing well on this Friday evening. Thank you for having me, sis.
Oh, and I'm
Feels
so
great.
proud of you, just so that you know
Thank you.
that. We are proud of you. Us
Played a
Jamaicans,
played played a
bro.
played a major role in it all. So thank you.
Aw,
Just
thank
doing what
you.
I gotta do.
So I want to read this to you. This is by
Okay.
Maya from Maya Angelou, and it's from
Mm.
my book, Nothing is Worth More Than This Day.
Mm,
I don't trust anyone who doesn't laugh. Isn't that
mm.
dope? What do you think about that?
You got I mean, you know me. I mean, I'm serious at times, but I'm also a big clown. I like to joke
Yeah.
around. I love comedy stuff. So yeah, if you don't laugh, I feel like that's a constructed thing you're doing. So I can't
Mm,
trust it.
mm,
Like even even people who are depressed, like something got to make you break and cut out a laugh every now and then, right? So
yeah.
if you're not laughing at all, I think you're trying too hard to not do that.
Right.
You're not being authentic enough. So I think Sister Angela was spot on when she said that.
Because
Definitely.
it's the moments of life, right? You can never be
Hmm.
too high or too low and take yourself seriously. And give
Absolutely.
yourself permission while we're here today. And
Hmm.
I always try to remix. Well, I just started this platform, so I shouldn't say I
Hmm.
always try, but you're my third guest. And I wanted to ask you today if you can give your younger self permission, one to three things, what would that look like? What would you say, young Chris, it's okay? What would you give yourself permission to do or to be?
That's real good. That's real good. And hindsight's always 2020. But I think looking back, adolescent years, undergraduate years, early 20 years, working JP Morgan Chase, right out of undergrad. Three things. First thing I would say is that give yourself permission to to feel okay about missing things. You know how they speak about FOMO. And you know this as my oldest sister. I never liked missing anything. I don't know. I always felt like if they like, whether it was definitely the parties, the parties, social stuff, whatever it may be. I remember even in in high school, I had an exam the same weekend as the senior trip. It was like a special exam for certain colleges. Not all colleges needed it. It was like a SAT two. And I was like, man, I'm not even going to take this exam because I'm going to miss my senior trip. I'm going to miss my trip. And in hindsight, I mean, I didn't end up doing that. But the fact I even thought like that in hindsight, it's like, I didn't really miss a lot of things that I needed to miss, looking back. And I
Mm,
would tell my younger self that you partook in most of the things that you needed to, and you ain't missing nothing. And
right,
even in hindsight, there's things that I was like, man, maybe I should have missed. I could have saved more money, saved more
right.
time, saved me. I mean, like, so I would tell myself, give yourself permission to feel okay about missing things. Second thing I would say is that give yourself permission to not feel like you have to uh explain your versatility or your
Mm,
duality, or feel like you have to be the representative all the
mm.
time
I love
of
that.
of of your culture, right? And that comes from having a major age disconnect from my parents, right?
And your
So
siblings, right? Your
and my so
sisters.
right,
Yeah.
but I feel like with y'all, because you guys could agree more to the hip hop
Yeah,
culture
true,
and
true.
stuff, but with mom and dad it was like,
Yeah.
what are you getting into? I'm like, nothing crazy. This is the kind of music I like. This is the
Right.
fashion I like, but feeling like I had to prove that. Going to schools, high school, college, going to schools where there wasn't too many of us, particularly black men. So feeling
Mm,
like, I would have to show how I'm able to go between two worlds, and even then going into corporate America. And I think one thing I've realized is that you can't always you can't always feel a burden for people's
Mm,
self-created stereotypes and perceptions. And at the end of the day, the best thing that you can do is be you authentically. And as you continue to achieve and shine, you'll open up their perspective and they'll say, "Oh wow, like didn't really know people who were like that could also do this," or whatever the case may have been. So give yourself permission to not feel like you have to carry that burden of being
right.
the representative of the cultures that you like to partake in, or the cultures or your race that you're a part of, right? And the last thing I would say is give yourself permission to fully enjoy your various interests.
Mm,
And
I
I think
like
specific,
that.
thank you. I think specifically, I think back to high school, and I think back to certain things that I feel like didn't really fit uh, a black masculine teenage image, right? You know, particularly a guy, you know, who was like of my size and build when I was in high school. You say something like, "Yeah, you know, I play the violin." You know, I've been playing the violin for years, actually, right? And I was good at it. And that's something I appreciate now because of it's given me so much exposure to even how so much insight to how I listen to music. When I listen to music, I'm thinking of it from a different aspect than how a lot of people hear, you know, beats or songs, structure, whatever the case may be. But man, I wouldn't tell anybody in high school that I played the violin.
Wow.
Not at all. I wouldn't tell anybody in high school that I was on a debate team and I was good at debating too, because it didn't fit, as we said at the time, my steez, right? So
Mm,
steez was a term around 2005, 2006 in New York City for like your style, your swag. So it's like, you know, this guy with the throwback jerseys and this, that, he played violin. And, you know, in hindsight, that's what made me dope. The fact that like I was one of the cool kids, but I also participated in a lot of what you would consider the nerd activities, right?
mm,
That's what made me versatile. But I would give myself permission to really own that. I didn't own those things. I did it on the side, but it's like I was nervous to let my peers know I did that because I felt like it was going to start because I felt like it didn't fit that image that I had at the time.
I
So
love that. I love all
yeah,
three, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to Chris and myself. You have permission and what he just said, and make sure you subscribe and
for
take
sure.
away the nugget. The complexity of who you are is what makes you who you are. So,
Right, right,
Chris navigating being a black man or a young black man at that age, not knowing that it was okay to be himself and show up. Don't let society put you in a box. Don't
right,
let people who look like you put you in a box because
right,
there's so much to see and you're seeing it. And when you allow yourself to break through the box, look who you got. Mr.
right.
Assistant VP at Moody's.
Appreciate you.
Okay?
Hopefully a
Mr.
VP soon.
Mr.
You know,
VP coming. We're gonna put
drop
that
that
into
assistant
existence,
soon. Yep.
right? We're gonna
Appreciate
talk
it.
about your successful business. I mean, like it's limitless. So you have
Right, right.
permission to just bust out and show out.
I saw it go.
I
Saw it
saw
go.
it go, right?
Yeah.
Chris, let's just do a
Appreciate you.
quick breathing. We
Cool.
can't leave with permission and breathing because we know breath is what fuels us. So
Right.
just just bring your hands to the side and relax. I'm gonna take off my glasses. And what I love to do is
Mm.
close your eyes if it's available. Take your left hand and right hand, but wrap your left over your right. So look, yeah, nope. Look at this. Look at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got a little crazy
yeah.
there.
So
Okay.
left over right.
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
And that
Slow
is
moment.
eagle pose. So when you have a dish rag and you're wringing it out?
Mm,
So if you just take it and you go over like this, you bring
mm,
it out. This is where inflammation is. So you are
mm,
getting the lymphatic cleanse right here. So people
mm.
don't know that. If sometimes when you feel like something is stuck, you could wring out your hands like a
Wow.
dish rag. Yeah. You could
Wow.
just unravel it here. Take your hands all the way up. And because we carry so much stress and with your job and everything that you do, all I want you to do is when I count to three, all the stuff you've been carrying all day, literally just and drop your hands to the side. Just drop it like you're carrying a stack of books. One, two, three. Ha. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna spotlight you because you should have seen your face.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you like you got relaxed, and I love that. Hold on a second. All right, you ready? Inhale your
Yeah,
way
let's get it.
up. And when I count to three, the biggest ha, let it go. All the stuff you've been carrying as a black man, as a leader, as a son, a friend, a brother. One, two, three, go. Ha!
Ah, whew,
Yes! Pop your
feel good.
collar.
Friday night. Let's go. Where we at?
Where we at? Where we going? What we doing, right?
Right, right.
Thank you so much, Chris. Namaste.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank
Peace
you.
and
Thank you.
love.
Namaste. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care, bro.
Take care, y'all.
Hold on.